The platform can't be the offer, and nobody books a demo to hear about an end-to-end AI supply chain platform. I hate to break it to you, but no one cares about you and no one cares who you are. And I know that's harsh, but I guess you want to book more sales calls. So that's the truth. Because you ask for an hour of their time so that they can learn about you. But they don't care about you, so no one's going to book a call. So the offer has to give them something instead that they actually care about. And now what a lot of people do is a free audit, but that doesn't work because it doesn't close anything. Yeah, you get responses, but you don't close deals. Because also that reports ask them to trust a number from a stranger, and any sane like VP or analyst will just do that themselves. Then they're not gonna just give you all of that stuff. And free is also gonna get you a bunch of like unserious people or people who just are never gonna book because they think, well, if this is like completely free without any commitment from me, something must be wrong. Okay? And so a cold traffic offer means that people who don't know you, never heard of you, don't know what you do, and don't care either, you get enough attention from them to book a call. An offer is there to book a call, not to close. You close people on products to solve a pain. But an offer is there to get people interested to book a call in the first place, because on the call, you run a diagnostic anyway. You ask them what's wrong, what they tried, what they want, and then at the end, you find a solution that's best for them. Whether that's the offer you said at the start or something else, doesn't matter. Okay? And so there are 4 things that have to be true for a cold traffic offer. It has to be new money, right? Money they do not have today, not money they could squeeze out themselves. So it's actually stuff they couldn't do themselves. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. And by the way, you don't need all of them if you have a lot of social proof, but the more of these you stack, the better it's going to get. So I suggest you do all 4. Or it's done for it's done for them. So you do the work. They run nothing. They don't need to learn anything. You just do everything for them. You have no risk. So they have nothing to lose if it doesn't work or you can't find any optimization, right? For example, no savings means no invoice. You don't have to refund everything because nothing was paid. And a small ask. So it's cheap enough to say yes without asking anyone. Because you're emailing these big firms, if there's too much friction to even reply to your first email because it's a big ask, you won't get any replies. So if you make the first ask as frictionless and easy as possible, then you don't need to involve procurement or a legal team, for example. Because it's just interesting for one person, but as soon as that accepts, you're in. You have a foot in the door, and then you can sell to other people and do the whole thing. And so the offer we could do is a shared savings pilot. So you pick one site, our team runs it for 90 days, you pay a quarter of what it saves measured against that site's last 12 months. If it saves nothing, there's no invoice. Boom, this is a banger cold traffic offer. And you have the 4 components of a good offer. So the outcome is a lower cost on a real site, all right? Not a report, not a fake demo with fake numbers, a number their own finance team can see in the ledger, all right? This is the dream outcome of your prospects. You have a time frame attached to it. Baseline in week 1, live in 3 weeks, measure it at 90 days. Just gives them a clear time frame. Make this as fast as possible, by the way, to get them something, like a first result as fast as possible. That's why the baseline is in week 1, right? That alone is worth the call. Effort and sacrifice, which you should decrease for them, like how much they need to do. It's one side, one data feed, one owner on their side, not the whole department, okay? No procurement. There's nothing to buy, no committee. There's nothing to approve. It's just very easy to do. And you have perceived likelihood of achievement, okay? And that's just social proof, all right? So this company, for example, has DHL, Walgreens. If they name them and these other ones, that's insane. If you have any social proof, include that. If not, just max out the other one, okay? And you get paid a quarter of the verified savings from the first 12 months, billed quarterly, no license fee, no implementation fee until the savings are on the books. You can run this as a front-end offer and then sell them a subscription later on. That totally works because, again, an offer is there to book people on calls. If you find out you can help another way better on the call, then you can just sell that. And there's nothing morally wrong with that because you're literally diagnosing them and giving them the best solution for them. So do this, all right? You need a good offer that sounds good for people to get on calls. That's the main goal here. You want to book demos. You want to book sales calls.